Hello everybody, this is Apba Brian with Apba Baseball Classics. I recently purchased a season of playoff pitch. It was a 2014 season, sold to me by a subscriber, and I wanted to have the complete season of 2014 because the Royals were in the World Series that year. So I'm going to do a small project on my channel, and that's going to be the playoffs, both National League and American League, starting with the wild card games. And we're going to start today with the Classic playoff game, the wild card game in the American League, the Oakland Athletics at the Kansas City Royals. Final score of that game was Kansas City 9 and Oakland 8 in what was a classic wild card game. Next to Chiefs games, probably the loudest crowd noise ever in Kansas City. There are different ways to play payoff pitch baseball. You can roll the dice, or you can completely use the fact deck that are these. And I usually use the fact deck when I play payoff pitch. I've never I usually use a combination of dice and the fact cards. Today I'm just going to use the fact cards, and we'll see how that goes. It'll be a little quieter. And there's some noise. There's some construction noise in the background. One of my neighbors is renovating their condo, so there will be some pounding. Hopefully it won't be too distracting. This is Apba Baseball Classics, where yesterday's stars performed through cards and dice, classic games on our tabletops. All right, for the Royals, James Shields has completed his warm-up tosses, and Coco Crisp steps into the box for Oakland. First pitch of the game is a 5, which is tough, and 63 against a right-handed pitcher is going to be out of range. That's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, Omar Infante. The throw to first. Coco Crisp is retired, one away. Here is Sam Fuld. Fast, pesky sort of player. Pitches a 7 in play, and 87 is out of range. That's going to be a ground ball to Infante as well. 2 up and 2 down. Josh Donaldson. And we forgot one important thing. The scoreboard. These scoreboards can be purchased from moonlightgramsmarketplace.net or .com. I never can remember that. It's in the description, I believe, of this video. You can also get them from Kesky Kids, the baseball guys. It's a tub of baseball players in a field and a scoreboard. And those, I think, can be found like in a store, but I bought mine on eBay. Josh Donaldson is the hitter against James Shields. There's 2 outs in the first. 10 is in play, and 52 is beyond the range. Ground ball to Mike Moustakas at third. The throw across the diamond. It's 3 up and 3 down for the Oakland A's. We're at the bottom of the first. There's no score. John Lester is pitching for the Oakland A's. 2.35 ERA, 6-4. He split his season. Combined ERA was in the 2.4s. Alcides Escobar steps into the box for Kansas City. 9 is tough, and 56 is a ground ball to Josh Donaldson at third. Very good defensive third baseman for the A's. He throws across to Stephen Voigt at first. Escobar is the first out. Here's Nori Aoki. 3 is defense. And that is checked here. Range of the pitcher. The pitcher is Lester. His range is a D. Now we go to the ballpark card. And 1 to 56 will be a hit. It is 16. That's a base hit for Nori Aoki. That brings up Eric Hosmer, 313 hitter against lefties in 2014. Here's 8 is an in play, and 25, or no, it's not Hosmer, it's Kane. 25 is in play. That's going to be a base hit for Lorenzo Kane. Line drive into center field. Aoki goes to second and holds. Royals have first and second. Eric Hosmer. 9 is tough, and 81 in the tough section is out of range. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. 2 outs, and that brings up Billy Butler, the DH. For Butler, 7 is patient, and 23 will be a base on balls. Bases are loaded. Royals threatening with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Can Alex Gordon put a quarter in the merry-go-round? Here's the stretch and the pitch. 9 is tough. 69. The tough section is beyond the range. That's going to be a ground ball hit to the shortstop. The throw to first by Jed Lowry. That ends the inning, and John Lester escapes trouble in the first. Royals strand 3. We go to the top of the second. 0-0. 4, 5, and 6 are up for Oakland in the top of the second. Brandon Moss, Josh Reddick, and Jed Lowry. Here's the first pitch of the second inning. 5 is tough. 58 is a right-hander. That's going to be a swing and a miss right on the edge of that and a double. So a strikeout. Moss goes back to the dugout. A strikeout victim. 1 out. Josh Reddick. 12. Tough. 71 is beyond the range. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. Alcides Escobar throws over to Hosmer. 2 up and 2 down. Here is Jed Lowry. 8 is tough. 73 is a ball out of range. So fly ball to center field. That's Lorenzo Kane. It's been 6 up and 6 down. We go to the bottom of the second. 0-0. All right, Sal Perez is the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the second inning for the Royals. What a year he had in 2021. 48 home runs, led the American League, tied with Guerrero, and led all of baseball with 121 RBIs. They were voting for the MLB All-Pro team. You can vote once each day. I hope you think about Salvi. Buster Posey had a 300 season, but I don't think what Buster did was close to Salvi Perez. Most home runs by a catcher in baseball history, sailing past Johnny Bench. All right, here's the pitch to Salvi. 7 is patient, and Salvi is not a patient hitter. 72 is beyond the range. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. 1 away. Here's Royals second baseman, Omar Infante. 2 is ballpark. And 67 for a right-handed batter is going to be in play. 80 is beyond range. That's a fly ball to center field. Here's a ninth place hitter, third baseman Mike Moustakas. 7 is patient to Moustakas. 6 is going to be a base on balls. Second walk surrendered by John Lester. Top of the order, and this is the game where the Royals stole, I think, 7 bases. Soto's arm is 2, and let's see, Moose is B, stealing. So B2 stealing is normal, and the Royals were very aggressive in this game, and I will be as well. Refer to the previous cards. 1d6, result 1 to 3, out, check runner for injury. 4 to 6, check fielder for the injury. Previous d6 is a 6, so safe, and the fielding would be the second baseman Sogard. So a few times for stealing, you have to check the charts, and now we have the injury chart to look at. So let's see how we go on that. Normal is the first column, and we draw a 57. So that is injured, remainder of the game plus 1 game. So Alberto Callaspo will replace Eric Sogar with 2 outs, runner on second. Here's the next pitch to Escobar. He's got a runner in scoring position. 10 is tough, and 43 is a double by Alberto Callaspo, or by Escobar. Alcides Escobar will drive in Moustakas. Royals take a 1-0 lead. Nori Aoki. 6 is tough, and 22 under tough is going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. It's the top of that range. 3 outs, but the Royals get 1 on the double by Alcides Escobar. We go to the top of the third. 1-0 Kansas City. All right, Stephen Voigt leads off for the Oakland A's, now down by a run. 10 is in play. 84 is out of range. That's a fly ball to Lorenzo Cain in center field. 1 away. Giovanni Soto, the catcher. 8 is tough, and 64 is a fly ball to right field. Caught by Nori Aoki, 2 outs. And here is Alberto Callaspo, who didn't start but replaced Eric Sogard on the injury. 4 is ballpark. Callaspo's batting left-handed, and 92, left-handed, is in play. 20, base hit for Alberto Callaspo. First hit, first base runner for the Oakland A's. Shields have retired the first 8 he faced. Top of the order, and Coco Crisp batting from the left side. He was a 227 hitter in 2014 from the left side. 7 is in play. 26 to Coco Crisp is a base hit for Crisp. Ball blooped into right field. Runner goes to second. He could go to third. With 2 outs, I think we'll hold. First and second, Oakland. A's have something going. Sam Fold. 6 is patient to Fold. 93 is out of range. That's going to be a fly ball to right. That'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Kansas City 1 and Oakland 0. Lorenzo Cain leads off for the Royals. He's 1 for 1. 5 is tough, and 78 will be out of range. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. Lo Cain's the first out. Here's Eric Hosmer, left on left. 8 is in play. 43 is out of range. That's going to be a ground ball back to John Lester, who throws over to first base, Stephen Voigt, second out. Billy Butler, country breakfast. 9 is tough, and 90 is out of range. That's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. Royals go quietly in the third. We go to the top of the fourth. 1-0 Kansas City. Josh Donaldson of the A's steps into the right side batter's box. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to third. First time up. 3 is defense. And we'll check the defense error on Omar Infante. Infante at second base is an E2. So we're going to look at 1 through 36 will be an error. 37 above will be an out. That's an out. Infante makes the play. 1 down. Brandon Moss, 25 homers in 2014. 11 is Wheelhouse, and 51 in Wheelhouse on the right side is going to be a drive It might be, it could be, it is out of here a home run for Brandon Moss, who homered in the wild card game, the actual game, and that ties the score 1-1. Josh Reddick. James Shields gets a new baseball, tough, and one under tough is going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Jed Lowry. 4 is ballpark. Lowry's batting from the left side, and he gets a 10. That's going to be a wheelhouse. 68 is beyond range, and that will be a ground out to second base. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Oakland won and Kansas City won. Alex Gordon leads off for the Royals. Probably the best defensive left fielder this organization has ever had. 10 is tough. 67 is beyond the range, and that's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. Gordon has rolled out to short twice. Here's Salvador Perez. 9 is tough. 96 out of range. That's going to be a fly out to left field. 2 outs. Omar Infante. 4 is in play, and 21 in play will be a base hit for Omar Infante. Rated 2B for stealing. That'll be normal. And I'm going to play aggressively and go ahead and try to steal second. Normal is caught. He's out. Thrown out by Giovanni Soto. Score it 2-4. As 3 outs, we go to the top of the 5th. 1-1 tie. That might cool my heels, getting a base runner caught stealing. I don't think the Royals had any caught stealings when they stole 7 bases in that wild card game. But now we're going to be leading off with our 9th hitter instead of our first hitter next inning. Stephen Voigt will be leading off the top of the 5th for Oakland. Swing the bat from the left side. 10 is in play. 41 is beyond range, and that's a pop-up toward third base. Over by the dugout, Moustakas by the rail hauls it in. 1 out. Here's Giovanni Soto. 11 is in wheelhouse, and 45 is beyond his range. Ground ball back to James Shields, who throws over to first. 2 down. Top of the order in Alberto Callaspo. 10 is in play, and 62 in play is a fly ball to right field. 3 up and 3 down for the Athletics in the 5th. We're tied 1-1. Mike Moustakas will lead off for the Royals in the bottom of the 5th inning. Game's tied. He had a tremendous offseason following the 2014 season. He only hit 172 against lefties and 223 against righties, had 15 home runs. But he really worked in the offseason hitting the ball the other way to beat the shift. And it worked out for him. He raised his average immensely in 2015 and hit a lot of home runs. Here's a pitch to Moose, bottom of 5th from John Lester. 10 is tough, and 63 is a ground ball to shortstop. Jed Lowry throws out Mike Moustakas for the first out. Top of the order in Alcides Escobar. 2 is ballpark. Swinging from the right side, 61 is a ball in play. 67's out of range, and that's a fly ball to right field. Put away out there in right field by Josh Reddick. 2 outs. Nori Aoki. 6 is tough, and 73 is out of range. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. So John Lester has retired 9 of his last 10 Royals that he's faced. We go to the top of the 6th. 1-1 tie. All right, James Shields was a leader amongst the pitching staff of the Kansas City Royals in 2014. He preached starting pitchers going deep into games to try to save innings for relievers. As you know, the Royals had a tremendous bullpen in 2014 and 2015. And their goals in those 2 years was to get to the 5th or 6th inning with a lead. They don't have the lead today, so Shields is still out there. Coco Crisp leads off the top of the order for the Oakland A's. 9 is Tough, and 87 is beyond the tough range. That's going to be a ground out to Alcides Escobar at short, 1 away. Sam Fold. 10 is in play, and 78 beyond range is a fly ball to center field. Lorenzo Cain has tremendous range out there, and he makes the catch. Pitch rates him B. I think he should be rated A. Josh Donaldson is up to bat. 8 is Tough, and 45 in the tough range is a strikeout. James Shields has retired 3, 6, 9, 10 of his last 11. Both pitchers are sailing along. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 1-1 tie. Lester does not hit his fatigue point until the 8th inning, and Lorenzo Cain steps into the box for Kansas City. 7 is Patient. 98 is beyond the range, and that's a fly ball to left field caught by Sam Fold. 1 away. Eric Hosmer. 5 is Tough. 9 under Tough is going to be a strikeout. 2 outs. Hosmer grabs some bench. Here's Billy Butler. 10 is Tough, and 87 beyond range is a ground ball to the shortstop. 6-3. Takes us to the 7th inning, 1-1 tie. Brandon Moss homered in the 4th inning to get the A's on the board and tie up the game. He leads off the top of the 7th inning. This is James Fields' fatigue inning. If he gives up 3 runs, he becomes tired. Beyond this point, here's the pitch to Brandon Moss. 6 is a Patient, and 76 against a right-handed pitcher is a hit batter. Not the way the Royals want to start the 7th inning. Moss takes first. Steal rating is B, and Perez is a 2 arm. I think the lower the number, the better, and I would think Perez should be maybe a 1. He usually throws out about 40% of the base runners. Here is Josh Reddick. 3 is defense. That will test third base error. That's Moustakas. Let's see. Moustakas is E2. 1 through 36 will be an error. It's 38. He makes the play. We'll see what happens with the base runner. Plays made by third base. Pop out. So nothing happens with the base runner. 1 down. Here is Judd Lowry. 9 is Tough. 44 under Tough. Gets the right-handed pitcher just beyond the single range. Line out to second base. All right, 2 key outs with the base runner on. Here is Stephen Voigt. He's got some power in 269 at-bats. He hit 9 home runs. Pitch to Voigt. 4. Ballpark is 28. Left-handed batter. Wheelhouse. 0-0. Double outs in payoff pitch baseball are rare plays. We'll check the rare play chart with runners on base. All right, there is a rare plays chart, runners on base, off a wheelhouse result. So let's pick another card. 53 is left fielder makes a sliding catch if arm rate is equal to or less than the runner's run rate. Lead runner is unable to return to the base and doubled off. In all other cases, runners returned safely. So a sliding catch made by left fielder Alex Gordon prevents any more trouble in the top of the seventh inning. We go to the bottom of the seventh. It's 1-1. John Lester comes back out to pitch the bottom of the seventh inning. There is some activity in the Oakland bullpen. Fernando Abad and Luke Gregerson are warming up for Oakland. Here is Alex Gordon to lead off the bottom of the seventh inning for Kansas City. 6 is tough, and 25 under the tough side is a swing and a miss for strike 3. 1 out. Sal Perez. 5 is tough. 74 beyond range. That's a fly ball to center field, caught by Coco Chris. 2 away, and Omar Infante. Both Oakland relievers sit down. 9 is tough, and 27 is under the tough range. That's going to be a strikeout. 3 up and 3 down for the Royals. Lester is still looking strong. We go to the top of the 8th. 1-1 tie. Working in the Royals bullpen is Wade Davis and Brandon Finnegan. Coming up to lead off the top of the 8th inning for the Oakland A's is the catcher Giovanni Soto. Here we go. This game is tighter than a new pair of shoes. Here is Red Barber's saying for the Brooklyn Dodgers. How'd that go? Tighter than a new pair of leather shoes on a rainy day. I think something like that. Here's the pitch to Soto. Is a 5. That is tough, and 25 in the tough section is a strikeout. 1 down. This is the fatigue inning for James Shields. Here is Alberto Callaspo. 10 in play, and 11 is a base hit for Callaspo. Callaspo is 2 for 3. F steal, he doesn't steal. Coco Crisp is the hitter, 1 down. Here's the stretch and the pitch, 10's in play. And 6-0 is out of range. That is going to be a fly ball to right field, short fly. 2 outs. Sam Fuld. 8, tough, 83 out of range. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. So 3 outs in the top of the 8th. The Royals will bat in the bottom of the 8th with the game tied 1-1. All right, John Lester returns to the mound. He's pitching to the 9th hitter, Mike Moustakas, walked and grounded out the shortstop. 4 is in play. 99 in play is a fly ball to right field. 1 out. And Lester has retired 10 Royals in a row. Top of the order, Alcides Escobar. 2 is defense. Check the range of the pitcher. That's John Lester. His pitching range is D. 34 is going to be a base hit for Alcides Escobar. And I forgot to change the markers on first base. Escobar's at first. B stealer. That would be normal. Noria Aoki is the hitter. I think I'm going to try to steal. Normal is safe. Escobar is at second. Pitch to Aoki is 2, ballpark. Left-handed batter. 75 is going to be in play. 51 in play is a number beyond the range. That's a ground out to first base. Runner goes to third. score at 3 unassisted. That brings up the third place hitter, Lorenzo Cain. 2 outs. Infield play in normal depth. Here's the pitch to Cain. 4 is in play, and 94 is going to be out of range. Fly out to left field. So the Royals miss a golden opportunity. We go to the top of the ninth, 1-1 tie. Royals are going to bring in Wade Davis to pitch the top of the ninth inning. He had a spectacular year in relief in 2014. Probably the Royals' best player that year. 72 innings, pitching 1.00 earned run average. Gave up no home runs. Struck out 109 in 72 innings. I think he only had maybe 1 or 2 doubles hit off of him that year. Josh Donaldson steps into the box for Oakland in the top of the ninth. Tie ball game. 6 is tough, and 35 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out. Brandon Moss. He has homered and was hit by a pitch. His last time up. 7 is patient. 52 under patient is going to be a double for Brandon Moss. And he had a big day that day for the A's. Doubling off Wade Davis. 1 out. The A's have a man in scoring position. Josh Reddick. Davis into the stretch. Here's the pitch to Reddick. 7 is patient. And 40 under patient is going to be a double for Josh Reddick, and that's going to score the go-ahead run for Oakland, 2-1 A's. Wow. Timeout. Royals leave Wade Davis in. Look at all the tough results. You got a 3 for patient, 7 for patient. Everything else basically is tough. Here's the pitch to Judd Lowry. 3 is under patient again. 83 out of range. That's a ground ball to shortstop. The runner will hold at second. Escobar Soto first. 2 outs. That brings up Stephen Voigt, first baseman. 4 is tough. And 57 is out of range. That's going to be a ground ball to Moustakas at third. Throws to first. 3 outs, but Oakland takes a 2-1 lead in the bottom. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Royals need a run to stay alive. All right, Kansas City's season is on the line. Eric Hosmer, Billy Butler, and Alex Gordon. Butler and Gordon are veterans. They came up together through the minor leagues. Hosmer had a spectacular minor leagues, but he came later. Here is the pitch to Eric Hosmer. 4 in play. 12 is a base hit for Haas. So we got Lester pitching still. Haas is at first for the Royals. C-Stealer probably not going. A run down. We can't give up any outs here. Billy Butler. Timeout. All right, Oakland is going to reach down to their bullpen and bring in Luke Gregerson, a right-hander, to pitch to Billy Butler. Sean Doolittle is still working in the A's bullpen. Against right-handers, Billy Butler hit .255, 5 homers. Here's the pitch to Country Breakfast. 7 is in play, and 5 in play is a double for Billy Butler. And let's see what that double does. Opposite field shot to right field. Runners advance 2 bases. Second and third, Kansas City. Oakland calls time, and they're going to bring in their closer, Sean Doolittle. Doolittle is a lefty, left on left. All right, Oakland elects to play the infield in. That's this chart here if we get a ground ball. Alex Gordon is the batter. He can walk it off with a base hit. Here's the pitch to Alex Gordon. 8 is tough, and 85 is going to be out of range. That's a ground ball to second base. So on the infield in chart, we do the 2d6s. That's a 6. Runner on third is out at home. The batter is safe. Other runners advance 1 base. Score at 4-2. Runners are at the corners. Nice play by Alberto Callaspo. Here's Salvi Perez. The pitch from Sean Doolittle. 9 is tough, and 54 under tough is out of range. That's going to be a ground ball to third. Another playing in. So 3. Batter out. Runner on first advances. Runner holds. Runner at third holds. So 5-3. 2 clutch outs by Sean Doolittle. It's going to be up to Omar Infante. Maybe timeout. It'll be Christian Colon hitting for Infante. 375 hitter against left-handers, and 310 against right-handers. Doolittle's a left-hander. 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Colon. 6 is tough, and 40 is out of range. That's going to be a pop-up on the infield. Callaspo calls for it and puts it away. The Royals are defeated 2-1 by Oakland. Oakland moves on in the playoffs. We'll be back with a wrap-up. Well, a truly disappointing result if you're a Royals fan. Kansas City played a tight game, but they didn't come out on top like they did in the real game. Oakland scored 2 runs on 6 hits and no errors. Kansas City scored 1 run on 7 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher was Sean Doolittle. He pitched a clean 9th inning after his team took the lead in the 9th. And the losing pitcher was Wade Davis, who came in after a single, or after a double by Brandon Moss, and then he gave up a double to Reddick. Actually, Davis started the inning. So both those doubles were off Wade Davis. And I mentioned before, I have to look it up on Baseball Reference, but I think he only gave up a couple doubles all year. So he gives up 2 here, and he is the losing pitcher. Star of the game is Brandon Moss. He goes 2 for 3 with a home run, a double, scored 2 runs, knocked in the tying run with his homer, and scored the winning run. Brandon Moss is the star of today's game. Well, we'll play the National League side next game, and we'll see if we get a Bay Area series in 2014. Could be Oakland, could be San Francisco, could be Mike Trout and his Angels, which would also be a all-California series. We'll see how this plays out. I don't know if I'll play every game of the series on the channel, but I'm kind of liking payoff pitch, so we'll see how many I play. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and may God bless.